I haven't went to the court to get it done, so it's technically not a conviction, right?
So stop.
The state is actually the holdup here. So my understanding is the parties agree to a joint managing conservatorship with standard visitation. 2 children before the court, 1 child outside. I believe the agreement is to continue government coverage, and that'd be $83 a month would be the current medical. The guideline child support calculation $519. And again, I believe the parties agree. And I believe mother's waiving retro. So state doesn't take a position on her just wanting to waive retro. The issue here, the state is asking for non-disclosure. I don't believe Ms. Beavers wants the non-disclosure, but we do. Our understanding that there is a current protective order in place that Mr. Bobsiar had a final conviction on a assault family violence case, and that Ms. Beavers was the subject of the protective order. I imagine that was resulting from that case. My understanding is that they recently modified the protective order to remove the children so that Mr. Bobsiar can have visitation. And by the way, if I'm saying your name wrong, sir, correct me, please. But my understanding is that they're going to go back again in about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm guessing they're going back to the DA's office to talk about whether or not the protective order should be renewed. My understanding is it's set to expire. So I believe Ms. Beaver's position is that she doesn't feel that continuing the protective order is necessary. And I believe they've been using Mr. Bobsiar's mother to do the exchanges between the two of them. So again, the state has no problem with the money. The state does not agree to any of the other agreements, Your Honor, or at least we don't agree to the JMC. We'd ask the court to look a little more closely at the SPO, and we would ask for non-disclosure, Your Honor, just if nothing else, out of an abundance of caution.
All right, what do you know about the conviction? What was he charged with? You say it's a family violence conviction out there also?
Assault family violence, and I believe that Ms. Beavers is the complaining witness, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we need to
But there's no conviction yet, sir.
There's no conviction, still pending?
Yes, sir. Because it's going to get dismissed because it was a misunderstanding.
Okay, here's the deal, sir. Until it's dismissed.
So I haven't went to the court to get it done, so it's technically not a conviction, right?
Okay, I understand, sir. It's not a conviction. I got it, but there is a protective order, and you're still.
No, I understand, but when he says conviction, I was like,
sir, stop. You're not a lawyer, and I'm talking now. Okay, here's the deal, sir. You have a matter pending, and you've got a protective order. So under right now, based on the protective order alone, I can't even name you as a joint managed conservator because that's what the law doesn't require. Does not allow me to. So
I know.
So and another thing I got, and if the protective order, how old is the protective order now?
It starts July 30th first, and it goes for 60 days till September 30th.
Okay, you say that's through the DA's office?
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming so, Your Honor.
Okay, it doesn't sound like DA usually goes in county or district, and the 60 days usually. So which judge granted the protective order, ma'am?
Randy Dale, Judge Randy Dale.
Okay, so they use the associate judge. It's a district court case, but the associate judge signed off on it. All right, got it. Okay.
Beg your pardon, Your Honor. I should have verified the information that was presented. I have it looks like there's a misdemeanor pending. May I give the court that cause number?
Go right ahead, please.
Your Honor, 24 CCR 02983.
Okay. All right, that's the pending misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
And ma'am, do you have the cause number on the protective order? Does anybody have that? Looks like the associate judge for the district court did it. The criminal district court.
Yeah. I know we both have copies of it.
Okay. Do you have a copy of it, sir? Okay.
Got that paper? Yeah, it's really not. I don't have it on me right now.
Okay. Y'all not at the same location, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. All right, ma'am. Do you have a copy on you?
No.
I have a copy. I have a case number at the top. Starts with B as in boy, P as in Peter, and D as in David. 240000658.
All right, then. All right, so right now he doesn't have a conviction for family violence, so that'll work. But we do have the protective order, and that expires. And what date does it expire again, please?
September 30th.
Sir, do you have a lawyer on the criminal case?
Not just yet.
Okay. And do you
I'm shopping. I got a couple in line, but they're all telling me different stories, so I'm trying to find the fit, I guess.
and these charges all stem from this something that happened in the last couple of months?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The charges were from something that happened at the beginning of the year. He had court on July 30th.
Okay.
Is when it happened. I believe it happened sometime in January.
Ma'am, give me the first three letters of that number you gave me there. I got the 2400 658, and I got the first letter B as in boy, and the last letter D as in dog. What was the one in between?
P as in Peter.
Okay. All right. There's no word, you have no word yet, ma'am, one way or the other, that the district attorney's office is looking at dropping the charges or dismissing the suit?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything from them yet,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, well, again, that's left up to the DA's office, whether or not they're going to do that one way or the other. So that's always the problem. Sometimes the parties say no, but the DA says yes. So.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, then, Mr. Diamond, I'm looking at a temporary order probably here because I got some stuff in flux. So the temporary order, I don't have any problem making a temporary joint managing conservatorship. Yeah, so that way, if the protective order is done away with and the DA drops the criminal suit, we may get back to temporary joint MC. But even based on that 60-day protective order, I may be locked in and having to make them managing conservator and possessory conservator. I'll have to double check on that one. It doesn't come up that often. But I do definitely need to get a copy of everything. So what I'm looking at doing is going ahead and appointing ad litem to represent the children in this matter. I'll go ahead and at this time appoint Mr. Isaac Bremall as the children's lawyer. And that way, folks, I can get a lawyer that will actually get me all the paperwork that y'all don't know how to get, okay? And I can figure out what I need to do as far as the final order. I want to make you both joint managing conservators. It's just that I may or may not can based on what the circumstances are going forward. So I'm going to go ahead and give the children a lawyer, have him get me a copy of the protective order, and have him keep track of what's going on with the criminal charges against the father, and to see whether or not the DA is going to drop them or proceed to a final hearing. And obviously, the father's definitely going to have to probably talk to a couple of lawyers because you definitely don't want to go in this without legal counsel. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, let's go ahead and make a temporary order. Let's set it up with let's set it up and do a reset sometime in either late October. That October 24th date sounds good right now. I'm not sure if Mr. Bremall's already on that. The problem I'm looking at here is the protective order is good to at least the 30th, and I'm not sure if they're going to extend that past September 30th. So, but we'll know by October one way or the other also. So again, I need all that data before I can make a final hearing, a final order. And you say that there's been a new protective order issued that took the kids out, or is there a new protective order that's going to be issued that took the children out of play?
So I'm a little.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it may be better if Ms. Beaver speaks, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
The court last Thursday and made an amendment, so they amended. They just took the kids basically off the order.
All right, and you said the judge signed that order already?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you got a copy of that?
I do on my computer.
And again, that was Judge Randy Dale?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, all right, I'm gonna need a copy of both those. So until I get a copy of both the original order and the copy, I'm going to have to hold in advance of finding on what kind of visitation I can set up. Because again, I need to see what the original said, and then I got to see what the new one says, and make sure that's in conformity will allow me to go ahead and set up the visitation package with the father. So So I might want to get back in before that late October date, because that's pushing it. You have a date that Mr. Bremall's coming back in sometime next month, Mr. Diamond?
I'm sure we do, Your Honor.
Okay.
So on October the 1st, there's all 5 of the judges slots. No, it looks like 4 of the judges slots are still available. Would that work, Your Honor?
Let's see, October the 1st. Sorry, okay, that calendar didn't want to pop up, so let me see what okay. I thought the 1st was a general docket, and the 3rd is the special setting docket. Let me bring that up.
I'm not seeing a special setting docket that week, Your Honor. I show the 1st is a general docket, and the 2nd is an enforcement docket in Bell County.
Yeah, that's a normal, and normally I don't do I do the third the following Thursday is the takes the place of the Wednesday docket, but now yeah, I got the Thursday the 3rd set up as a special setting docket only, and the 1st is a general docket. Yes, yeah, the 1st is a general docket. So yeah, I don't mind going on the general docket. Is Mr. Bremall already there on that docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's use that docket then. Okay, all right, that'll be fine. In the interim, ask him to see if he can get me a copy of that before that, where I can start looking at it, and we can figure out what rights I can do one way or the other. And by then, the 30th will have passed, so I'll know whether or not that protective order has been extended or it's gone by the wayside completely. So.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, folks, again, we just talked like a bunch of lawyers in front of you, and I apologize for that. But for right now, I've got 2 things that definitely are causing a gravitational pull on this case before the court with the 2 of you. I've got the pending criminal charges. Obviously, he's innocent until proven guilty. So if that's dismissed, then obviously that goes away. But if it goes to trial or something along those lines, I'll have to deal with that eventually. But for right now, I need to see whether or not if the DA is going to proceed on that, and then this temporary order is liable to last a lot longer, or if he's going to dismiss it. And then I got to see what's going to happen with that protective order, and I got to see what the original protective order and the new protective order says, so I can set up a proper order for him to have proper access to the children. And so I'm resetting that for October the 1st. Mr. Bremall is already going to be here on that date. So I'm gonna reset this case for that date on the general docket. I hate to make you come back, but you know, I got there's a total of 3 judges doing 3 different things on your cases at this point, and I gotta link everything up with those other 2 judges. All right, it is what it is, and my apologies for it, but both those other cases have an impact on what we're doing here today. So I'm gonna start with you, ma'am. Is there something specific you have a question about, or something else you want to tell me?
No, sir.
All right, how about you, sir? Is there anything specific that you want to tell me, or do you have a specific question, sir?
No, sir.
All right, then. All right, then, folks. Again,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I need to request several other things.
Okay, all right, so right now, only thing I'm looking at setting up, Mr. Diamond, is the child support, and that's it until I get further things on this case. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the joint managed conservatorship. I'm going to go ahead and set up the child support, but I'm not going to set up any type of visitation or anything else until I get a copy of all these other orders that are floating around here. So what else is the state requesting me to do here?
So the first request, Your Honor, would be if the court would either order non-disclosure for the purposes of this temporary order, or at least if the court would hold that in abeyance and allow me to withdraw.
I'm going to go ahead and grant it. I'm going to go ahead and grant non-disclosure, at least for the temporary order, and we'll see where the criminal and the protective order thing proceeds. Okay, but for right now, because there is a protective order, I'm granting non-disclosure.
And then if I may have permission from the parties to share their contact information with Mr. Bremall.
All right, the state needs your permission to share your contact information with the children's lawyer. He can share your email address and your phone numbers. Is that okay with you, ma'am?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, how about you, sir?
That's fine.
All right, so the lawyer's name is Isaac Bremall. He'll be in contact with both of you. Just remember, he doesn't represent mom, doesn't represent dad, represents the kids. And his job is to get them close to a standard order as possible, but keeping in mind what the law requires to be done under certain circumstances. So I'll go ahead. Anything else, Mr. Diamond?
The last thing would just be if the parties could stick around and I can have that order to them in maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
All right, folks, please stick around and you'll get Mr. Bremall's information in there. If you don't hear from him in the next 2 weeks, this is a week 3, 4-day weekend showing up for a lot of folks. So if you don't hear from him by that second week of September, give his office a call. His information will also be included in there, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so hang around. Mr. John is going to set everything up with you guys, and I'll see y'all in about a month. Thank you. We're off the record.